All right, so add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. I'm just looking for like terms. The first one, easy peasy. I just have an addition sign in between my polynomials. I'm going to rewrite this without parentheses. This is kind of I think it just breaks it down so that we don't get any confusion going on. So I'm just going to rewrite this since I have addition. It doesn't change anything. So I've got 3x squared y squared plus 2xy squared plus 6x squared, and then plus 2x squared y squared minus 3xy squared and minus 6x squared. Just rewrote it without the parentheses. I'm going to use some colors today to show which ones are the like terms. If you like that, go ahead and get out some colors. If not, that's cool too. So the first term I have here is 3x squared y squared. So I'm looking for everything else that has x squared y squared as one term. Xy squared, x squared, x squared y squared. There's a like term. And that's it, just those two. So I have 3 x squared y squared plus 2 x squared y squared will give me 5 x squared y squared. Same variable combination to the same exponents. And look for another one. So I've got an x y squared. That's just an x squared. X y squared, I have another one here. So 2xy squared minus 3xy squared. 2 minus 3 gives me a negative 1. You could write the minus 1 if you want. I'm just going to leave the 1 off and write minus xy squared. And I have 6x squared minus 6x squared, which are opposites. And those will just actually cancel and go away. So I get this as my simplified expression. These are not like terms because this x has this squared and this one does not. So far. I don't think that you'll find that this section is very complicated.
That does complicated because the negative is outside the parentheses.
Miss Thompson.
Guys, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Yes.
How did you get negative xy squared?
2xy squared minus 3xy squared. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Cool. So yeah, for B, because I have subtraction, when I rewrite this, it's going to be a little different. So when I have subtracting this entire polynomial, I'm going to have to go through and change all the signs. Or you could think of this as multiplying everything through by a negative 1, which is still changing all the signs. So when I rewrite this, the first polynomial, nothing changes. But in the second polynomial, instead of having positive 2x cubed, a negative 8x squared, and a positive 3, when I subtract all of those, I'm going to change the sign. So instead, I'm going to have negative, yes, 2x cubed, and a positive 8x squared, and then a minus 3. All the signs behind the negative in that set of parentheses is going to change. And that's the only part that's different about subtraction. The rest combine like terms. Simplify. So I have 6x cubed minus 2x cubed. 6 minus 2 will give me 4x cubed. Remember, when I'm adding and subtracting, the variables don't change. I have a plus 4x, but I don't see any other like terms that'll go with that. I've got a plus x squared and an 8x squared. X squared plus 8x squared gives me 9x squared. Minus 7 minus 3 gives me a minus 10. Now this here is equivalent to the correct answer, but it's not in standard form, so I'm going to rewrite it. Yes, you're going to need your answers to be in standard form. So remember, standard form just means that my exponents are in decreasing order. So this red one is degree 3, and then the blue one's degree 1, and then I go back up, the green one's degree 2, and then degree 0, right? So when I rewrite this, I want 4x cubed first, then the 9x squared, then the 4x minus 10. So I just swapped their spots. How do we feel about A and B? Any questions that I can answer? To put it in standard form. So standard form means that my exponents are in decreasing order. Any other questions? Okay. We're going to get into multiplying. Again, stuff you've seen before. We're just going to like up it a little notch. Won't be bad. So example 2, multiply the polynomials. A, we're going to multiply x minus 2 times 2x cubed minus 3. Now you've got choices when you multiply. I'm going to do the first one using the box and just straight multiplying by distribution. You can pick whichever method you want. You don't have to write them both down. If I use the box for this, right, I just have x minus 2 times 2x cubed minus 5. When I multiply 2x cubed times x, remember x cubed is x times x times x. And then I'm multiplying by another x. So I get 2x to the 4th power. Multiply a minus 2 times 2x cubed. The minus 4x to the power of 3. X times negative 5 is just a negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 2 gives me a positive 10. Check for like terms. Yeah.
How come on the top left corner of the box is 2x to the 4th power instead of
Because I have x to the 3rd, which is x times x times x, times another x. It gives me 4 of them, yeah? Cool. This, I have x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x to the 1st, and no x, so I don't have any like terms. So I'm just going to write this so that my exponents are in decreasing order. And I get that. Maybe you like the organization of the box. Maybe you don't care for it. Maybe you'd rather just write it out in a line. So I'm going to also just multiply through by distributing. So when I do that, I take each term in the first parentheses and multiply by each term in the second parentheses. I have x times 2x cubed. Gives me 2x to the fourth. And x times -5. Then I take the -2 and multiply it through. -2 times 2x cubed minus 4x cubed. -2 times -5 is positive 10. Check my list for like terms. I don't have any. Now this time this one's non-standard form, so when I rewrite it, I'm going to write my 4 exponent and then my to the 3 exponent minus 5x plus 10. Same answer, 2 different methods. You are welcome to use whichever one makes you happy or whichever one makes you less unhappy. How many of you prefer the box? How many of you prefer just multiplying out distribution? Ooh, it's like half and half today. So B, I have the binomial 2m plus 5 times the trinomial 3m squared minus 4m plus 2. If you'd rather use the box, then you just need to add another column or add another row. I usually write mine horizontally, but you could just do it this way instead. I'm just going to go ahead and use distribution here, but if you want to use a box, you would set it up just like that. You'll have the same terms. They'll just be stacked instead of in a line. So multiplying is just the same. You just have more terms now. 2m times 3m squared gives me 6m to the power of 3. If it helps you, you can always write the ones above the m's if that's like a good reminder for you. 2m times -4m. 2 times -4 is my -8. M times m is m squared. 2m times 2 is just 4m. Five times 3m squared gives me 15m squared. 5 times -4m is minus 20m. 5 times 2 is 10. Go through, combine like terms. Let's see, 6m cubed. Anything else with an m cubed? Minus 8m squared plus 15m squared. I mean, positive 7m squared. plus 4m minus 20m gives me a minus 16m, and then a plus 10 at the end.
We're not gonna have to graph these, right?
You can't graph an expression. No,
Just making
we're not graphing that. We will get into graphing cubics. We will be doing lots of graphing this year. We will get into graphing cubics. So, yep.
I think I do enough graphing in physics. I think
Well, I can understand. I've been there. All right. So the last one. This time I have x minus 3 quantity cubed. Now, when I've got an expression raised to a power, that means that I want to write this, in this case, 3 times. Now, when I multiply, I can only multiply 2 things at a time. So I have to kind of do this in stages. So I'm going to multiply the first 2, or whatever order you want to do it in. Simplify, and then multiply by the last one. I can't multiply it all at the same time. Don't try. It doesn't work. If you want to use a box, you would do a box for x minus 3 times x minus 3. Simplify, and then do another box. So here I go. I get x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. Now, right now I multiplied it all out. I could take and I could continue multiplying. You're going to cause yourself a little bit more work. By simplifying this first, I'm going to make my life a little easier, right? Because I have the minus 3x and the minus 3x. And now I'm just going to multiply the trinomial times the binomial. So if you're doing the box, you've got a 2 by 2. And then when you get here, now you've got to do a 3 by 2. Or 2 by 3, whatever. So I distribute x squared times x. And x times minus 3, x squared times minus 3. Take the minus 6x and multiply through. And then multiply the 9 by everything in the second parentheses also. I combine like terms and I'm done. Just remember, if I am multiplying 3 things together, you got to do it in stages. You can only multiply 2 at a time and you guys will be fine.